Hi, this is Kate, and we're learning about the coordinate plane. Most activities that we choose to engage in, we think of as either fun or not fun. Alternately, can be thought of as either expensive or inexpensive. An example of an expensive activity that many people find fun is skiing. An example of a really fun activity that's inexpensive is sleeping. If you want to not have so much fun, but not spend a lot of money, you could wash the dishes. What activity do you think is a good candidate for right here? Both expensive and not fun. Amusement parks are fun. Reading a library book is inexpensive and also pretty fun. Cleaning the bathroom is not expensive, but getting braces, that costs a lot of money and it is not fun. So we have examples of our broad categories, but we might want to compare two similar activities. Going to the movies is fun for most people, but most people would also judge it to be expensive. Maybe a little bit less fun, but not as expensive, is staying at home to watch a DVD. What do you think about walking the dog? Some people might say this is really fun, and it's pretty inexpensive. Other people say, well, wait a minute, if I walk the dog I have to clean up after him. That's not so fun. As soon as we want to start communicating precisely where on the screen we want to put different activities, we have to bring numbers into the mix. We call something expensive. Well, okay, how expensive compared to other things? A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, or a 5. If we want to go in the other direction, inexpensive, we use negative numbers to indicate the opposite direction. Where walking the dog is placed now, I've put it approximately -3 in the inexpensive direction. If we want to talk about how fun it is, okay, well, how fun? A 1, 2, 3, or 4. And if we want to say it's not fun, in the other direction, we use negative numbers. In this case, we've put walking the dog, -1, in the not fun direction. The coordinates of walking the dog are -3, -1. By convention, we put the left-right distance first, and we put the up-down distance second. So I'm going to ask you to tell me where we should put gassing up your car. Most people find putting gas in their car to be expensive and not that fun. So what do you think the coordinate should be for fueling your car? It's both expensive and not so fun. So the most appropriate coordinates are 2, -2. Here are some features of the coordinate plane that we touched upon, but we're going to say a little bit more explicitly now. First of all, the two axes, expensive, inexpensive, and fun, not fun, divide the plane into 4 distinct regions. We call these quadrants. Quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're always numbered thusly, again, just because we've sort of agreed to do it that way, not really for any good reason. We can use a coordinate plane to compare any two quantities that change with respect to each other. It doesn't have to be expensive versus fun. It could be anything. We go to the right, we say that's the positive direction, and to the left, the negative direction. We call up the positive direction and down the negative direction. This coordinate, how far to the left and right, the vocabulary word for that is abscissa. You may or may not ever need to know this word, but just in case, how much we move to the left or the right is called the abscissa. A natural question is, what do we call how much we move up or down? We refer to that as the ordinate. The distance we place something down or up in the vertical direction is called the ordinate. When we want to give the address of a point and say precisely where it is, we put the abscissa first and the ordinate second. More commonly, these are known as the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate. If both the coordinates are positive, that point is in the first quadrant. If the abscissa is positive and the ordinate is negative, that point must end up in the fourth quadrant. If both coordinates are negative, we go to the left and then we go down, so we end up in the third quadrant. And if the x-coordinate is negative, but the y-coordinate is positive, we go to the left, but then we go up, so we end up in quadrant 2. So let's see if you've been paying attention. In which quadrant are both the abscissa and the ordinate negative? When the abscissa is negative, we go to the left, and when the ordinate is negative, we go down. That puts us in quadrant 3. This is Kate, and you've been learning about the coordinate plane.